there everyone, this is Anna with the 1800s Housewife. Thank you so much for joining me. I thought it would be fun to start doing some videos to go along with the recipes that we've been sharing every day in the newsletter. And I can't promise I'll manage a video every day. I will say I think I'm drawn to this project in some ways because perhaps I'm a bit more suited to the pace and technology of the 19th century era than I am modern times. Technology is not necessarily my strong point, but we are figuring it out. So today I just made a batch of these amazing graham gems in a gem pan, which I will show you in just a second. And they were too good only to share in an email. I had to show you what these are like in a video. They are so good. You might be wondering what a gem is. A gem is a lot like a pretty unsweetened, usually no sweetening or very little sweetening. It's a muffin that you would usually have with breakfast or perhaps with lunch or tea. This is something that's, again, really not sweet, and it's made in a shallow pan. You would recognize it as looking a lot like a shallow muffin pan. And generally, these were cast iron. This has some weight to it. Mine is a cast iron 1800s pan. You would also perhaps see these in tin or graniteware. But usually if you're going out looking to kind of recreate the furnishings of an 1800s kitchen, you're looking on eBay or in flea markets and antique shops, because of the durability of cast iron, you are most often going to see these as, iron pans, cast iron. And so sometimes they're advertised as muffin pans. A lot of times we don't really have that terminology gem in our modern cookery. People a lot of times will advertise these as shallow muffin pans or muffin pans. And it was not really that uncommon to use these pans interchangeably, kind of tweaking your use of them to the recipe at hand. But a lot of times people would have both a deeper muffin pan and a shallow gem pan. All right, gems. Now, these are graham gems, which a lot of times you're going to see either cornmeal gems or graham gems. These were very popular recipes throughout the 1800s. Graham is a really frequent flour that you're going to see used in gems. So these are kind of a really common, nice breakfast recipe that you might see even on a Sunday morning or something like that. Now, there are 3 different graham gem recipes in this White House cookbook, which kind of shows you what a staple this is, what a popular food dish. And the one that I made here was graham gems number 2. In the email that goes out, I'm actually going to share both the number 1 and number 2 recipes with you because you can see how they're a little bit different. You might want to try graham gems number 1 and tell me how that goes. I tried graham gems number 2, and they are delicious. They're just the barely littlest bit sweet. Let's pull one out and try them. So the thing about when you're cooking gems is you're going to heat the pan actually before you even put the batter in. We cook these in a hot oven like muffins. 400 degrees is just about right. Put that pan in kind of like you would a pizza stone before you make a good crispy pizza. So let that cast iron heat up along with the oven. Grease it really well ahead of time, and those gems are going to pop out just easy peasy. And now, here's the funny thing, cool thing, is this cookbook doesn't just tell you how to make graham gems, it tells you how to eat your breakfast muffin. Muffins of all kinds should only be cut around the edge, then pulled open with the fingers. So for that, you're not going to butcher this with a really dull butter knife like we tend to use these days. This knife has a little bit of an edge to it, and these did not come out of the oven that long ago, but really these are something that you would take out of the oven, put right on the table while they are steaming hot. These are not quite steaming hot because you can tell I was able to pick the pan up with my bare hands. But we've cut just around the edges, and we're just going to pull that right open. Let me show you what the inside crumb is like. And I find when these are piping hot right out of the oven, they pull open even more cleanly than when they've kind of come to room temperature. And now, as you eat these, you're gonna think, you know, it's kind of a little bit like a bagel that's made with whole wheat or a English muffin. There's something that, again, is not a very sweet, not really sweet at all, breakfast bread, and you can kind of tell it what to do. You might slather it with raspberry or blackberry jam, or melt lots of hot, fresh local butter on it. That's my favorite, is just put the butter on there, let it sink in, and slather that thing. Um, yeah, that's my style. But again, you know, this really is a blank palette. It's got that hearty whole, this is a wheat flour, graham is a wheat flour. It's got that hearty whole grain taste to it. And you really can nudge it in the direction of being sweet or savory depending on the toppings that you put on it. I can actually even imagine like a smoked salmon being nice with it. There are 1,000 different ways that you could use this little breakfast bread. They cook quickly, only takes 15 minutes once you've got them in the oven, and it is such an easy batter to make up. You know, it really only takes about 5 minutes. So, you know, we're talking about 20 minutes from when you get your bowl out to when you've got these on the table. They're a quick little muffin, quick little breakfast dish, and tasty. If you make these, I would love to hear how it goes for you. Love to hear what you think of them. And also, as always, you can email me at anna@the1800shousewife.com, or just leave a comment in the video down below and tell me what kind of recipes would you like to see here on the channel, and especially in the newsletter. If you're not already on the newsletter, I'm going to leave the link down below to sign up for that as well. I don't always create a video to go along with each recipe, but every single day we're sharing recipes from the 1800s, and it's a lot of fun. This is Anna with the 1800s Housewife. Thanks so much for joining me. I'll see you tomorrow.